All right. So, 7 reasons why you hate running. I'm going to give you 7 reasons. And if one reason applies, promise me that you're going to give running another go.
Okay.
If 2 reasons apply, I'm going to ask a favor of you at the end. Before we get started, I think it's important that I introduce myself. My name is Aubrey. I am a very average runner. I'm simply trying to be less average by the day. I want to say that because I want you to relate with what I'm about to say. I'm no elite runner by no stretch of anyone's imagination. Let me not speak too much. Let's get started right away with reason number 1. The number 1 reason is running hurts. Look, don't let anyone lie to you. Please take it from me, running hurts. From your muscles aching to your joints and your lungs want to jump out of your throat, your heart's beating, except near death kind of thing. Running hurts, especially if you're starting later on in life or you're just starting it all at the beginning because your body doesn't know what you're doing to it. It's not used to it, so it's gonna hurt. Here's a solution. Start easy. Run and then walk. Get a program like the Couched 5K. Start small and start slow. Reason number 2. The second reason, you haven't actually learned how to run. And in the running world, we call this form. Everything worth doing has to be learned. Running is no different. The reason you hate running is because you don't know how. You don't know how to pace yourself. So here is my advice. 2 things. 1, get a coach. Now, for a beginner, that might not be worth doing. So my second piece of advice, look up a program called Nike Running Club. On there, they've got audio guided runs that play to you in your headphones and talk to you, motivate you as you're running, but also teaching you how to do it. Reason number 3, you're wearing the wrong shoes. It's as simple as that. You don't have the right running shoes for you or whatever terrain you're gonna be running on. Okay, as you've correctly gathered from watching me, I'm a cool guy. So when I started running, I thought, you know what? I've got trainers that look cool. And that is the kind of shoe I thought, I could run in because it looks cool. I have to maintain the rep. When the kids seeing me on the street, they know I'm a cool guy. And so therefore, I went running in something like this. Long story short, this is a recipe for disaster. Now, the reason for that is there are specific shoes for specific kind of running, which is gonna help you enjoy the run, but also avoid the pains we talked about, the injuries. So you have to look at the right shoe for you, depending on your running style, the kind of runs you're gonna be doing, what kind of surface or terrain that you're gonna be running in. Believe me, don't just go for swag, go for what works for your running, and that's gonna drive you into a love relationship with running. I assure you. Reason number 4, you gave up too quickly. I know it got painful or you didn't have time for whatever reason, you didn't keep at it and you simply gave up too soon. It's like you're in love with someone. You ask them out once. They're kind of like, I can't say yes right away. I have to play hard to get so they can ask me out again. If that guy gives up, he might be missing out for the love of his life. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like people playing hard to get. Just say yes if you like the person or not. Running is the same. You had a run that didn't feel good and you gave up. Or maybe your knees gave you challenges. Your knees were hurting you because your body hadn't developed the kind of endurance and strength you need for your running. If you kept going, I promise you it may have been different. Now, if you take into consideration what I've said, starting with the anticipation that it's gonna be difficult, but it'll be worth it if you just keep at it, that's gonna get you there. But please, don't let one bad run determine the rest of your relationship with running. Don't let one bad experience, actually reason number 7 is gonna talk about tummy issues, and every runner has a story in that regard. Don't let that one story put you off running. Number 5, you don't have the right people around you. Look, they say birds of a feather flock together. Now look, if you were trying to get into running, I can advise you, find like-minded people that are gonna support you on it. If the kind of people you hang around with hate running, they're not really gonna support you on it, because when you're planning your park run on a Saturday morning They want to go out Friday night, which means Saturday morning, you're going to be a mess. If you want to do a long run, Saturday night, they want to do something else. So when you get surrounded by the right people that speak your language, that motivate you, encourage you, celebrate your medals, your successes, I want to assure you, running becomes a whole different experience because you've picked up a squad that sort of speaks your language and want to see you succeed. My number one tip for overcoming this issue is parkrun. Look up parkrun wherever you live. You're going to get people doing the same thing as you. And you know what? You make friends along the way. Number 6, time. You just don't have the time. But I want to focus specifically on parents. Number 6 is quite controversial. I have to start this with a caveat. I love my children. I like to think I'm a good dad. I've got a 9-year-old son who I love dearly. And the most beautiful, she's about to be 3, little girl, I love them dearly. But this one is for parents only. And it's more important for single parents. As much as I love children, if you're trying to get into running and you've got children, I like to refer them as leeches. They want your time, they want your energy, and sometimes being a parent can just make you hate running because you have to get ready for your run. You have to go out for your run. When you're back, you're gonna be tired. Having children is gonna limit you getting out of that door, especially if you're a single parent, because then who's gonna watch your kids? This is very practical, and I know from experience that having children is a challenge. Now here is where I bring in the sponsors of this video, their fiance. I've got a fiance that is there for me and looks after and holds down the fort while I'm out there running. It's no small thing. So if you are in a relationship where you've got children, please thank your partner for taking care of the house while you're out there being epic. Number 7, tummy issues. Speak to every runner, they will tell you about this. Your stomach gets unsettled before you go for a run because 2 things. 1, you may be fueling with stuff that you haven't tried before. There's energy bars. You have to have a porridge. You need the energy to go out there. So the stuff you eat mixed in with either nerves or the excitement of being out there for a run, and then you get on the road and you're busy shaking your stomach, that can only lead to 2 things. 1, you making a stop on your run, or you having to run super quickly to get to the end so you can sort stuff out. It's just a very realistic thing. My advice in getting around issues like that is practice and get used to the stuff you eat and don't deviate from it. If you have porridge in the morning, have porridge. If you have energy bars, whatever it is you do, stick to that routine. If you're gonna try out a long run, don't do something new on the morning of the run. Please, please, please don't. If you remember at the beginning, I said if 2 reasons apply to you, I'll ask you a favor. Please subscribe to the channel if you found that useful. And also, speaking to the shoe point, I've got a video which I'm gonna put right here where you can see where I guide you on the right shoes for you. So check that out. Please subscribe and give me a follow on my Instagram. It'd be good to have you.